Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for inviting me to talk about the observational study of drug-eluting radio-opaque beads for HEC management with secure versus conventional microcatheter. These are my disclosures. Hepatocellular carcinoma is the fifth tumor type worldwide and is the second cause of mortality by cancer, with a growing incidence of HCC due to HVC and NASH. So chemoembolization has a benefit in survival in patients with unresectable HCC and is recommended according to BCLC algorithm. The chemoembolization is a palliative treatment with cytotoxic effect due to the chemo and with the embolic effects that leads to ischemia. When we look at the BCLC staging system, TACE treatment is recommended for intermediate stage of HCC when it's multinodular and resectable with a preserved liver function. But actually, we are using TACE for way more patients. Shall we go for selective TACE versus non-selective TACE? Of course, we should go as selective as possible because of the better clinical tolerance, the better liver function tolerance, the better tumor response. How can we do that? First, using the ConBeam CT images, especially when you use the dual phase ConBeam CT, which is a 2 consecutive CT scan while 1 contrast media injection into the proper hepatic artery. You can use the arterial phase 2 for the 3D arterial tree of the liver, and the second phase, the late phase, to segment the tumor. Then you have a 3D roadmap that is synchronized with your table movements and C-arm movements. And with the new software with automatic feeder detection, you can go as far as possible to deliver and maximize the dose given into the tumor and minimize the dose that goes to the healthy liver. There is 2 types of chemoembolization: the conventional TACE using Lipiodol, but also the TACE using drug-eluting microspheres. And today I'm going to talk about this type of TACEs. So DEP-TACE uses non-absorbable embolic microspheres charged with cytotoxic agents as adriamycin. The limitation of these DEP-TACE are that the beads used are non-visible and needs to be diluted with contrast media to suppose where they are going. So the thing is that we are afraid of non-target embolization. So a new generation of these beads are radio-opaque microspheres. These radio-opaque microspheres are the same beads, but loaded with iodine that make them radio-opaque. So the first usage in human has been described in 2016. So it's a new technology, and we can see directly those beads into the tumor and their feeders, as here into the CT scan, or here all these beads into the tumor trapped with contrast media and into the feeding artery, and you can even see if there is non-target embolization. So to go further against non-target embolization, there is a secure microcatheter that creates a fluid barrier to control the reflux of the embolic material. This secure microcatheter has side slits that allow outflow of contrast media. The radially filtered contrast media prevents the passage of these microspheres. So it reduces beads reflux and non-target embolization. So this microcatheter creates a fluid barrier that enhances and increases the target delivery of your embolic material. So a first preclinical study showed that the use of that type of microcatheter reduced the non-target embolization here in the kidney of the swan. So we decided to start a prospective pilot study on the evaluation of the non-target embolization effect with secure microcatheter. So in that study, we evaluate the non-target embolization effect with the secure microcatheter versus a conventional microcatheter in patients with HCC treated with a first stage treatment. So we determinate the mismatch ratio between the tumor segment to be treated and the treated segment based on beads repartition between the two different microcatheter types. So we have treated the patient within Milan criteria, and we use Lome beads loaded with adriamycin mixed with contrast media, and we control beads repartition on an enhanced CBCT at the end of the intervention. So we have included 11 cases, 7 in the control group and 4 in the case group using the secure microcatheter. So we noticed 60% of non-target embolization with the conventional microcatheter and 25% non-target embolization with the secure microcatheter. This is the first case with a HCC patient treated with a conventional microcatheter and beads. So we did a dual phase Kahneman CT, went for an hyperselective embolization, and we noticed that we had a reflux into the segment 5. In that same patient, the tumor response was very good because we had a complete response, but in the zone where we have a non-target embolization, we had a focal necrosis. Of course, in that case, we didn't have any clinical consequences, and this patient was successfully transplanted. This is another case of a unifocal HCC in a 60-year-old man who was treated with a conventional catheter. So we went to a very small branch here, very selectively to deliver the treatment. And we provide the complete treatment. And this patient had a complete response and no target embolization. This is another case with a patient with 4 small HCC lesions that we can see on a dual phase Kahneman CT. So we went selectively to treat all these lesions. Here is a hyperselective treatment, and we have to get used to that fluid barrier and that contrast reflux that is only contrast reflux due to the microcatheter, but not contrast plus beads reflux. Then we went selectively into all these small lesions, and at the end we control, and we haven't seen any non-target embolization. And on MRI, we have a equivocal response based on LIRADS. So this is another case of a unifocal HSC patient with a 78 years old man here. So we went hyperselectively treated this lesion, and here the Conbin CT before the treatment, and we went hyperselectively. We deliver all these beads here, and we didn't notice any target embolization. And on the NNN CT scan evaluation, the tumor size was reduced, and we couldn't inject this patient because of renal failure. Here is another case of a 62 years old patient with a bifocal HSC here and here. So we went to treat the first lesion hyperselectively, and we noticed non-target embolization into the segment 5 here due to spasm. And we went to the left lobe in the segment 3 to treat. This left hepatic artery erased from the left gastric artery. So we went hyperselectively in these feeding artery. Here are the two arteries. And when we control, we didn't have non-target embolization, and we saved embolization into the segment 2. Here you're gonna see that there is no beads into here, into the segment 2. As a conclusion, DEPTase without conventional microcatheter induces 60% of reflux, while using a secure microcatheter, the reflux was noticed into 25% of the cases. And in our cases, it was due to a spasm. So this microcatheter may help to get non-target embolization. Of course, further data are needed. Thank you very much for your attention.